How did my list go on the weekend? I'll tell you now. In this series, I'm going to teach you how to use each Chaos Space Marine unit more effectively. So, over the weekend was the first Boltgun Tactics tournament hosted by Background Gaming and TO'd by Dan, my friend. I played in it, organised it all, but yeah, managed to have a good time and play. And I took this list. If you saw my previous video, you would have seen I ran through everything. I definitely missed these four little fellas out, but went through the list, how I was going to use it and how it went. Because I went 0 and 5 at the GT a couple of weeks before. I actually managed to go 2-1. So won my first game against Death Guard, lost my second game against Chaos Demons, and then won my third game against Admech. So not going over specifically, like each game specifically, I'll just go over how the units fared and what I'm going to change. So, start off with these stuff. Bikes, 70 points, super simple, super versatile, fast moving. They were great. Okay, they went, captured objectives that needed to, or just did sacrifice themselves to objectives, fairly tough. 9 wounds in the squad. 2 metal guns that can do a bit of damage, or move blocked, whatever. They were good, solid. They're staying in. Cultists, again, I took 2 units. The reason for that is one sit on my home or sticking my home first turn. And then the other unit was generally used for screening out my backfield. So game 1 with Death Guard had the Terminator. I've got a little Death Shroud coming down. I can drop in 6 inches, so I was trying to screen out everywhere. Demons, game 2, can jump around everywhere. And then the Admech didn't have any shenanigans like that, so they were just able to push forwards. But again, they're staying in. So cultists are in, which is all good. Cypher, my main man, he's always in every single list. He's just too good. He can do lots of actions. He's lone up. He can fit into small spaces, and he also does the 12-inch Vector, which is great. Vindicators, they did exactly what Vindicators do, what you'd expect. So they're staying on my list. So I've got 2 of them in the list. They're staying, did some heavy damage to certain things, distracted my opponent as well from some of my other units, which is fine. So yeah, that went well. That was great. So next, these guys, my Raiders, love these models. So these guys are okay. It's good to have some infiltrators with OC, not just Nurglings. So these are able to score me some points first turns, which is good. So I think they'll stay in. 110 points are a little bit expensive for infiltrators. 3 wounds means they're a little bit more durable, so they're staying in. Game 3, I completely forgot they existed. They just sat on the objective all game, but they held the objective, so that's absolutely fine. The Legionnaires and the Lord. So again, these are totally fine. Lord hits really hard on his big go turn. Legionnaires are Legionnaires. They're pretty solid with the rerolls. They can hit hard. Other than that, they can just do some actions. So I'm thinking of dropping the Lord potentially and potentially putting in maybe an extra unit of Legionnaires, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. I haven't quite finished my list yet, but I'm definitely going to be sticking with 1 to 3 Legionnaires. Next, my beloved Cursed Cultists. These just always perform well. I did really notice though in the detachment, the Renegade Warband, where you don't get dark packs, they really did miss those lethal hits. I've even been toying with the idea of running 3 of these units. I know I said before, but with impact bound, so they get lethals or sustained. Well, sustained on a 5+, and then lethals on a 6. So that's another option for me. Onto these guys here. So Venom Crawler, it was pretty fast, it's pretty decent, it's pretty durable, but again, it didn't do a great deal in my game. So it came out, maybe did an action objective, maybe killed a little bit of stuff, but then died. So for 110 points, I could probably do the same thing with my bikes. 3 bikes do exactly the same thing, same movement, a little bit smaller profile, and it doesn't give away, bring it down on the first turn. So I think I'm going to switch the Venom Crawler out, save myself 40 points, and just pop in some more bikes potentially. These guys. So these guys were great for deep striking. So the beast is tough. The Nurglings are just a bit annoying. I think they scored me at some points and bring it down. Did a little bit of move blocks maybe. Helped me out in the last game. But other than that, didn't really do a great deal. So these guys, I'm thinking of dropping them out. So these are about 105 points, something like that. I'm thinking about dropping these guys out and putting in some Raptors. So Raptors are 110 points now, and they can deep strike, but then they can actually hit quite hard. The Beast can hit hard, but it's a bit hit and miss, hitting on a 4+. Raptors are less durable than the Beast, but they got more OC, and they can also do a lot more damage because they got 3 power fists in there. And then basically 3 power fists, 1 accursed weapon, and 1 chainsword in there. And then finally, the big blob here. So this had Huron in, and the 5 Masters of the Maelstrom, and then 10 Chosen. And like I said in the last video, I went for the Chosen because I've got the advance and charge, advanced fullback shoot charge built in, so they won't ever risk being battle shocked, which is good. And then I wasn't so sure how viable it would be, but actually they did okay. So in one practice game, they got shot completely off the field and just died when I failed a charge. My own fault. In game 1, they didn't get killed. They were still pretty solid. They advanced through the middle of the Death Guard, killed a few bits. Probably didn't make the points up really, but were there just as a big threat and a big problem. So yeah, that was good. Game 2, they not single-handedly, but collectively, they managed to kill a wounded Bloodthirster. They managed to shoot to death a wounded the Greater Demon of Tzeentch, I forgot what it's called, Changer of Ways. And then they also managed to kill Scarbrand over 2 or 3 phases of combat, which was pretty good. So that was their highlight. And then in game 3, they charged in some AdMech. They killed some of the big robots, killed a few of the I forgot what they're called. Tim is going to shout at me if he knows I've forgotten the name again. I think they're like cataphracti destroyers or something like that. The little robots with the wheels that look like little tracked with the dudes on the top. I don't know. Anyway, so hit into them, killed most of the robots. I think there's 1 robot left maybe, and then killed like 2 of the little cataphracti things. But then I got hit back real hard, and the cataphractis were doing 3 damage in combat. I mean, it might be the different variant. I don't know which one it was, and like I say, I have no idea. But anyway, they did 3 damage, so it really, really hurt these guys and literally crippled the unit, leaving pretty much, I don't know, maybe half of the Chosen were left, maybe less. So then in the next shooting phase from the AdMech, managed to whittle it down to just Huron. Huron went on to survive the game, did he? I can't remember, maybe killed in the last turn, but he did a little bit of damage, did a little bit of stuff in the last turn, so again did quite well. So overall I'm actually really impressed with these guys. So I think they still need a little bit more testing just to see them in different situations, get different lists, but overall they were a big threat. They did a lot of damage, but then they are very, very costly because like the 10 Chosen like 250, Huron's 120, so that's like 370. Then the Maelstrom is 115. So what's that? That's like 385, nearly 400 points. Let's just say they're just under 400 points. So yeah, but they're going to stay for now. So my overall list is going to be Huron and friends. Definitely one of these. Most likely 2 units because they were really good. 1 or 2 units of bikes. Definitely 2 Vindicators. Venom Crawler dropped for now. Beast and the Nurglings replaced with a unit of Raptors. 2 units of Cultists, maybe 3 if I can fit them in. These guys are staying in. And then I'm going to drop the Lord, even though he hits hard, just to make space over a cursed Cultist blob. And then Legionnaires, like I say, 2 or 3 units. I can't remember what my list is, to be honest, off the top of my head. I should have really checked. But yeah, I'll do another little update on my list when I've got it solidified. But yeah, I'm also thinking Packbound as well. Packbound is pretty good with the accursed Cultists. And then the detachment. So the detachment worked well with these guys. So Oath was good. Obviously, it doesn't work with the a cursed cultist, so that's a reason why I'm thinking maybe change the detachment. I'm not sure. Hurons redeploy. Well, Huron's unit to redeploy was okay. I didn't really use it, but could have used it. It's always an option. He's got his reactive move, which didn't really. It saved him at one point. He reactive move behind a building, but didn't save the squad very much because it's a large squad to move. And then the sticky objectives is always good. The rerolls are really good for the Vindicators. And +1 to wound on the Oath Target is pretty good as well. Lethal and sustain makes up for no dark packs. The extra AP I didn't use. But yeah, generally I was pretty happy with the attachment, and having assault on everything is really good as well. But then I'm thinking, if I run Renegade Raiders, I've got assault and charge, advance and charge strat for 1 unit. The Chosen could do it for free anyway. The Cursed Cultists can do it once per game. They only really need it once per game. And then it gets the extra AP and the assault. But then I'm also thinking maybe Huron's detachment, because he's getting +1. You can just you can choose either +1 to hit, or you can choose fallback, shoot and charge. And it's free, no consequences. So, and even the damned units can do it. So I'm thinking a Cursed Cultist is hitting on threes all the time. It's pretty good. These guys hitting on 2s all the time. That's pretty good. And being able to fall back and charge, that'll be good for the Cursed Cultists, because they can just fall back and then get back in again, get to fight before the enemy hits them. But then you also get access to different strats. Can't remember them all off the top of my head, but then I got lots of options. So this is my old list. Last time we're going to see it. I'll give it a little change. I've got Sheffield coming up in 2 weeks. I've just booked my hotel, ready to go. So yeah, I'll do another little video like this to show you what I've settled on for there. Any questions, any comments, any feedback, let me know down below.